last year's MVP, Justin Verlander. Swung on and missed, and
in our early season edition of MLB on 2K Sports, Yankees baseball as New York goes up against the Boston Red Sox. And out we go now to Boston to listen in on Gary Thorne for today's broadcast.
they are one of the most watched rivalries in all of baseball. The Yankees and the Red Sox, this one from Boston. I'm Gary Thorne along with Steve Phillips and John Kruk, our analysts, and we are ready to go. 2K Sports MLB. Close to 40,000 fans to witness this one. Let's take a look at Boston's starter. And Steve, what's he got in his mind now as he pitches against these Yankees?
Well, whether he's a starter or a reliever, Andrew Miller is a very tough matchup, especially for left-handers. It almost looks like he's throwing the ball from right field. He throws so much across his body. Deception, a big part of the game.
Now we'll take a look at the lineup for the Yankees. Any of these bats stand out, John?
Well, the numbers speak for themselves for Alex Rodriguez. You look at his production over the years, yeah, they've diminished a little bit, but he is still one of the most feared hitters in the game, no matter where he hits in the lineup.
Leadoff man in the box. He's leadoff man in our game here in the 2K Sports Network as we get set for baseball. On the way, hit sharply towards the hole. We'll take a look here and see where the Red Sox are positionally around the diamond. John, who's a factor for them?
Well, versatility is a manager's best friend, and Kevin Youkilis is not only versatile, he's a grinder. He's going to give you everything he got no matter what position he plays, and he's made himself adept at both first base and third base for his team.
There's one on. Here's Alex Rodriguez. A line drive toward short. This one into the alleyway. Should be extra bases. He's around third, and he's heading home. He's in there. Wow, tremendous hustle all the way from first. Now look at how much that triple will help their cause. Here's our win expectancy chart. Number 3 hitter up. What we're seeing here is just a great push. They've been able to jump out in front here in this ball game. You'll have to get the other team down early.
Well, you always want to be the team that jumps out early, guys, especially when you can provide that valuable run support for your starter.
This kind of start means a lot to a starter, kind of approach where you can kind of take each at bat, do what you want to do, and not be overly worried.
You know, don't be mistaken. It doesn't just affect the pitcher here. It also affects the opposing lineup. They know now they've got some ground they need to make up.
Here it comes. There's a swing and a smash. That's one away. Here comes the runner for the plate. The run scores. Well, let's see how the top hitting teams measured up last season, courtesy of State Farm. Number 1, the Rangers. The Red Sox in second. In third, the Tigers. Fourth spot held by the Royals. And it's the Yankees, number 5.
Well, I wouldn't want to be a pitcher in this game, Gary. I mean, if you're looking to get through a bunch of quick innings, it might.
A line drive towards the hole. Drops right between them. Going to be a base hit.
Well, absolutely no bite to that slider right there. He kept it out over the plate, and the hitter got a good whack at it.
Going to be Castillo now. And we're going to have a meeting on the mound, a little discussion.
Well, a little discussion maybe to talk about how to approach this next hitter. Get a sense of where this pitcher is. Well, you've got the lead right now.
He swings and drives this one. That's the second out. And that'll hold the runner at first.
Let's take a chance now to look at the Yankee season last year and how they ranked in the American League. First in home runs, second in runs scored, and speed, a major part of this offensive production, manufacturing runs. Third in stolen bases.
Swings, hits this one pretty well, deep right center. The dive and a spectacular play. Great offense early. First inning sees the first 2 runs of this game. The Yankees are on top, 2-0. And doing the pitching, it'll be Mariano Rivera. He'll be the starter for New York. And Steve, as he faces these Boston hitters, what will be the focus?
Now, pitching's the key to win any ball game, and with their quality right-hander on the mound today, that's going to be a key as well against this outstanding lineup. He's going to have to execute his pitches to get the outs.
Fouled away. Ball. Oh, tough one to lay off right there. That fastball, 1-2.
When you throw a 2-seam fastball, you want a ground ball, which means you want to throw it to the bottom of the zone.
Swing and a hot shot. Oh, man, was that close. That was right back at him. Somehow he got out of the way. Now we'll see Bobby Valentine's lineup. So who are you looking at, John?
Well, to be able to put the fear in the heart of catchers for over a decade, you have to have a special speed, and that's Carl Crawford. Great speed when he gets on base. He turns walks into doubles, singles into doubles, possibly triples, and he can score a lot of runs without your team having to get a hit.
And the Yankees in the field. Here's a look at their defense. Any picks, John?
I think people forget that Alex Rodriguez has won some awards for his defense in the past. Is he as good as he was then? No, he's not. Is he still dependable and very reliable? He absolutely is.
With good speed now at first base, Gary, they're going to have to at least keep an eye on him. Even though they've got the lead, they've got to watch him because they might try to steal to get back into this game.
Teixeira over there. There he goes towards second. That's it. Pretty well down the line and left. And this could be extra bases heading towards the corner. He'll hold there at second base. Credit him with a double.
He goes right with the pitch and slaps the ball into left field.
And if you try and pull that pitch, you're probably not even going to get the bat on it.
That's a ground ball to second base.
There's a ground ball. And it gets through as Rodriguez drives in the run. And the second run comes through. So that's going to bring in 2. Now after 2 RBIs on that hit, we can see how the WPA graph is looking.
Well, this has all the makings of a huge inning for this ball club. A two-run single, then there's still nobody out, and a lot of time left to score a lot more.
Here's the pitch. Swings and hits this one deep down the line and left. He has to back up for it. Comes away with the out.
A chance here to check out the Boston Red Sox and how they ranked in the American League last year. First in doubles, first in hits, and they also scored the most runs in the league, the most potent offense around. It's all about scoring runs, however you're going to do it, and they figured out how to get it done.
Now Kevin Youkilis batting with a runner on first.
Now, this ballpark was a hitter's paradise. Only Rangers Park in Arlington saw more runs scored at Fenway than even at Coors Field. A lot of it because of that great lineup.
You know, all those runs at Fenway last year, it includes the visitors. They averaged over 5 runs a game at Fenway.
Now listen, it's that offense that people like to see, and that's why.
This one's pretty well hit to deep left center. 2 away. And that will hold him at first.
The center fielder has a good angle to run this one down. He calls off the left fielder. Great catch.
And Escobar settles in. Rodriguez is your runner at first. Swing and a line drive. And the side's retired as they head into the dugout. They pick up 2-3 hits, strand a man. We got a stalemate going in Boston. We got the bottom 3 in the lineup due up. A bit of sunshine, few clouds floating around. That's the weather-wise situation here today. And here's Andrew Jones. And a strike starting the second here. It's 0-1. The pitch. Andrew Miller gets that strike. See if he plays around with it.
He threw that one exactly where he wanted it, down and in.
And this is bounced foul to the left side. Here's the pitch. This one's grounded to second. Picked up by Escobar. In time for the out. Now our State Farm sponsored look at which teams went the yard most last year. The Yankees #1, second the Rangers, third spot the Red Sox, the Orioles 4th, and for the Blue Jays they are in 5th.
Well, most home run hitters can be pitched to, so these pitchers.
That one swung on, hit in the air to deep right center field. Now it's 2 away.
This ball was well hit. The ball looked like it was going to carry deeper. The right fielder had just enough time to slide over and put it away.
Here's Nick Swisher with 2 down. Boy, did he draw a lot of walks last year in the AL. Sinker just missed. 1-0.
You know, the walk is such a critical aspect of the game. You know, on-base percentage is so underrated. Getting a guy on base with a walk means the pitcher had to throw a lot of pitches. He had to work to try to get him out, and it tires him out for the rest of the game and in that inning.
Change up just off the black, and it's 2-1.
Well, that's where you look for a changeup from the pitcher away in the strike zone. If they look for it and get it, they can really shoot that thing the other way and do some damage.
Daniel Bard's going to be pitched. Swings, lines this one back up the middle. That looks like a single. And that'll bring up Brett Gardner. Triples last year, the leaders, sure. State Farm brings it to us.
You can never underestimate the value of speed on the game. It's not only taking the extra base, but it's also the pressure it puts on the defense to force them to quickly make a play.
He led the American League in steals a season ago. He fouls that one off. The pitch. Well, Bard goes right at him. That's strike 2.
Now, Gary, with his speed, he's the kind of guy that could bunt for a base hit even with 2 outs and then try to steal himself into scoring position.
So he ended that half inning with a strikeout. No runs on a base hit. They leave 1 man on at first. Still a tie game in Boston. Number 7 man at the plate. He'll start the home half of the second. And that one gets popped way up behind the plate. Thought he could make a play there, but it didn't happen. Hot shot towards the hole. And out number 1 as he steps on the base. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night. It'll be Adam Jones and the Baltimore Orioles. They face the Yankees at Yankee Stadium. That one is scheduled for a 10 o'clock start in the Eastern time zone. Number 8 spot in the lineup.
Well, obviously, when you talk about rivalries, this Red Sox-Yankees rivalry is one of the best, not only in baseball, but in all of sports. And it is about the bragging rights. The Red Sox win the series in 2011. However, the Yankees go to the playoffs.
And I will bring Mike Aviles to the plate. And certainly the Red Sox are going to take a little solace in beating the Yankees in the season series as a result of the Yankees moving on, Steve.
But it is the most lopsided season series numbers going back.
Swung on, line to right field. And that gets through for a base hit. Boy, what a time now to capitalize if they can. For Rivera, you look at the early and the late. You take a look at his line in 1997, a 1.88 ERA, 43 saves, lined up the middle, and he's on now. That's going to be another hit for them. Now, here he comes, heading for home. And he scores, and they take the lead. Leave a pitch over the center of the plate like that, and you're going to pay for it.
No doubt about it. Big leaguers take advantage of those kinds of mistakes.
Two runners on for Carl Crawford. What we're seeing here is just a great push. They've been able to jump out in front here in this ball game. You love to get the other team down early. Slide to right, and he's got it. What a play. You never know what you're going to see ahead of us, but Steve, I got a feeling that could be our defensive play of the game.
Well, it's about preparation. He was preparing for the pitch. He saw it come off the bat, and that first step allowed him to make the catch.
It's going to be Rodriguez now. He had a 2-run single in his last appearance. First pitch to him. There's a ground ball. Number 13. He'll throw on to first, and that'll do it for this half inning. So they scratch across a run. 3 hits and a couple left on. Red Sox jump out ahead in this one. Glad you're with us this afternoon. Some fans bundled up in their jackets. A little chilly. It's Alex Rodriguez to lead it off. Last time up, triple homer run. Oh, and he bobbles this thing. But he stays with it. Gets the out. That's how you do it. Here's the schedule for the Red Sox early on this season. Today is the last game of this New York series. A division rivalry. They face the Rays. Great series there. And it's a road trip to take on the Orioles and fan favorite there, Brian Roberts. So they'll be out and about over a good bit of that upcoming schedule. Pitch on the way.
Strike one.
Lays off a called strike at the knees, 0-1. Here's the delivery.
Strike two.
Well, Bard goes right at him. That's strike 2. That's swung on a liner here. Ooh, that one hit off the heel of his glove. These teams set the tone in offense last year. Let's take a look. Brought to you by State Farm. Number 1, the Red Sox. The Yankees 2nd. 3rd spot, the Rangers. Tigers 4th. And for the Blue Jays, they are in 5th.
Well, they might have to replace home plate after this game because these were 2 of the top teams in the league last year in runs scored. They love the cross home plate. They get guys on, they score them. And that's what makes these teams so tough to pitch against.
Ball.
Good slider that time. Ruled the ball. 1-2. On the ground to second. Picked up by Escobar. Throws to first in time. That's 3 down. Save your arm. Do it by pitching only 8 times in 1 inning. 3 out. In the box again, their left fielder. He flew out his last time up. First pitch on the way.
Foul.
It's fouled away. And another foul ball.
Foul.
Here it comes. A swing line to left center. And it's through. That's a base hit. So Kevin Youkilis will come up.
Statistics say that the 0-2 count by far is an advantage for the pitcher. But in this situation, he fought off a tough pitch and slapped the base hit.
Great job on that at bat.
Keep an eye on Kevin Youkilis. He's so patient at the plate. Billy Beane called him the Greek god of walks. He takes more pitches than just about anyone in baseball. He sees pitches and not only helps him hit, but also
Lined right at the second baseman. And that's through a base hit. Here's a great chance for Boston.
They tried to go down with that 0-1 pitch, but it gets blasted right back for the base hit.
But the way he went after that in the box, Steven, looked like he might have been guessing down there.
Well, I'll tell you what, you have to make contact behind in the count. He got a pitch over the heart of the plate and took advantage of it.
Oh, and he lays off the fastball. Good pitch, 1-1.
Trying to get the ground ball out, you throw that two-seam fastball away from the hitter, trying to get him to reach and roll over it. He laid off of it here.
One away. And he can't get back. He is tagged out on the way back to the bag.
Gary, get a chance to look at this double play and the replay, and this is an outstanding effort to make the catch, get to the bag, and make the throw. That's a rally killer.
And that's going to deny the chance at a big inning here. RBI chance. Ryan Sweeney looking to make contact. 0 for 1 thus far. And he's there to retire the side. They pick up no runs on 2 hits and strand 1. And the Yankees, it'll be their turn coming up. Middle of the lineup, due up. Going to be Castillo now. And here's the first one. Couldn't get around in time. 0-1.
a lot of times movement will fool a hitter, but it looked like right here the velocity on that pitch was what caused him to swing and miss and be late.
Strike 2. Well, Bard goes right at him. That's strike 2.
You throw the sinker ball to get the ground ball out. He got the called strike right there. If they swing, he's going to get a share of ground ball.
Here's a swing, a long high drive deep into center field. It's long gone. The Yankees a homer to tie it. And that is just enough. The opportunity to try and continue the momentum as they've tied it up.
Managers like to keep the pressure on. The Yankees needed to tie it up. Now it's going to be up to this lineup to see if they can't keep on the pressure and try to take over the lead.
And in this tie ball game, taking a look at the pen, we got some double-barreled action.
Well, they've got them both up out there trying to get...
Here's a ball hit soaring into deep center field. That ball is still going. Goodbye, home run. And the solo home run will give them the one-run edge.
Now, Gary, the Yankees getting the job done here offensively, doing what they need to do.
And time is called. So we're going to see if they want to make a move here or just buy a little time.
I'm not sure they're going to make the switch right now. It's going to be interesting to see which way they go.
Here's the first pitch. Swings, lines this one back up the middle. And there's another one. Couple of quick hits.
Well, that's 3 consecutive hits he's given up. He can't be out of gas yet. He just has to bear down and get somebody out. They don't want to go to the bullpen this early in the game.
It's going to be Herrera now. He flew out his last time up. The pitch, and he squares around, gets down the bunt. Too late, and he is safe at second. That'll bring Nick Swisher up.
Well, defense tries to get it out here, but they come up empty. Now you get a guy safe at first base.
One of the most walked players in the league a year ago.
When you have the lead, it's not the time to play it safe. You've got to go after him a little bit. You can risk giving up an out to get a run. I may start the runner here.
1-0 count. He took that last one, and it was out of the zone. Swings, hits this one pretty well. Deep right center. He dives, and an runner on his way to third. Shows some outstanding speed just to catch up to this thing.
Well, this is an all-or-nothing effort right here. If he doesn't get it, it's extra bases. Nice play.
Now batting with one down. Here's Fred Gardner. You look at the league's best base stealers, he's right there. The first pitch, the 0-0 delivery, a fastball taken for a strike.
Well, this is a guy that puts so much pressure on the defense, Gary. I mean, among the best base stealers in the game. He can fly.
He snares it out over to second for one. And there's the double play. Rodriguez there to end it. So So they get the long ball working as they have 2 solo homers in this half of the inning. Yankees leading now. They've got the momentum. Another chance for the leadoff hitter coming up in the inning.
Coming to bat.
Catcher up to the plate. Well, let's take a moment here to see the breakdown of the pitches that have yielded hits.
Checking out this guy's
Hit sharply towards the hole. And that's out number 1 as he takes it to the bag. Here's what New York has lined up. This Boston series wraps up today. And after that, they'll be home against the Orioles. Brian Roberts will lead the O's into town. After that, they face a rival within their AL East division. The Rays hosting that one. And here's the pitch. Here's a swing and a liner to left center. And that gets the tying run on board. He's trying for second.
It's nice to get that runner on base with 1 out. Good piece of hitting that single. Now they got something to work with.
And it rolls around to the top again. Singled home a run in his last at bat. The pitch hit in the air to center field. 2 away. And Kyle Crawford's at the plate, runner on first. And now let's take a look at a breakdown of how this guy has been mixing up his pitches so far in this one. What stands out, guys?
Well, and that's the one area where he has struggled in this one. The fact that he's just throwing the same pitch in the same location over and over again.
Swung on, liner to right. Gets down. The go-ahead runs on base. This a great situation for some offense.
Well, there's no reason in the world for any hitter to want to swing at that pitch. A pitch down out of the strike zone. Never had a chance at all to be a strike. But that's why we're up here talking about it, and he's down there doing it. He can get his bat on that ball to get a hit.
A swing line to left center. And in there, he's through for 3 today. And he's in there.
Now pitcher making a mistake right here, leaving it right over the heart of the plate. He squares it up, drives it, good contact at the plate to drive in a run.
Most of those kind of pitches are going to get hit. That's an RBI knock. Cleanup man in the box again. Steve, a chance now for this lineup. They've tied it up. Looking next to try and find a way to get a lead. Line shot into center field. And that's the 3rd out. That'll do it. So they scratch across a run. 3 hits and a couple left on. We got a stalemate going in Boston. It's Alex Rodriguez to lead it off. Drove in a run earlier in the game. And out on the mound, we've got Alfredo Aceves. He's been chosen to take over out there.
I'm sure they didn't set out thinking, hey, let's pitch all our bullpen guys this early in the game. What do you think, Gary? I don't know. They need this guy to hold down the fort and see if he can't give them some innings.
On the way. That's a strike for an 0-2 count. Rodriguez has got to protect. Here's the pitch. And he strikes out Rodriguez on a swing and a miss.
Well, when you're getting guys out with 3 pitches, you know you're dominating.
That's a time when you know you are definitely in the zone, and he was on that at bat. Now our State Farm leaderboard, looking at the teams leading the league in slugging percentage from last year. Number 1, the Red Sox. 2nd, the Rangers. 3rd, the Yankees. The Tigers 4th. Number 5, up the middle it goes. Gets through. The go-ahead run is on.
Well, anytime you can get a guy on base who can steal bases, it puts so much pressure on the opponent. Let's see if they can get him around to score a run.
In the box again. Oh, he's trying to steal second. Strike 1. And he's in there at second base.
Gary, he has great speed, but the lead was the key. He really got off first base right there. Nice break on the pitch going to the plate. Now he's in scoring position.
Foul! He deals. Swing and a high bouncer to second. Picked up by Escobar. On to first, 2 away.
Well, he gets the man over to third base, but with 2 outs now, it doesn't help much, but at least 90 feet closer to scoring.
Going to be Castillo now. He homered earlier in the ball game. Two outs and a runner on third. And starts him out here. Swings at that fastball and misses. 0-1.
Well, if you're going to be late on the fastball, you're going to have trouble hitting up here, and he's struggling right now.
That strike will run the count 0-2 for a 7.
Let's see if they go right at him or if they're going to waste a pitch. They're way ahead right now.
Swings and grounds this one foul, wide of third. Change up, he takes that one. Strike 3 called, side retired. They get a man to third, but can't bring him home. We are still deadlocked in Boston. And Kevin Youkilis up. Very happy manager when he sees this name in the lineup. Drilled towards the hole. 1 away.
Well, he got a good piece of this one, hitting a shot toward first base, but first baseman was there for the out.
And Escobar settles in. Last time up, flew out. Swung on a fly ball down the left field line. And this is a fair ball heading towards the corner. And he's in at second with a double. 1 out.
You talk about a happy guy right there. So is his manager. Getting there to second base. 2 outs to work with now for his offense. Let's see if his teammates can bring him in.
RBI chance. Ryan Sweeney looking to make contact. Flew out last time. Swing sends this one on the line to right center. And it gets down. Escobar trying to come in from second. And Escobar comes in. Little warm-up action going in the bullpen. That's a right-hander up and throwing.
Well, they're going to wait for the right-handed hitter on deck to get announced, and it'll probably make the move to the pen.
So now the WPA graph will show us how much of a difference that run batted in means with their chances of victory. And the number 8 spot rolls around. Hot shot towards the hole. He's waved towards home. The opportunity for offense is right now.
Well, they're trying to run that curveball in on his hands right there, but able to stay back and just pop it into left for a knock.
Number 9 back up the middle. He grabs it. That's 1 out. And they get it. They turn 2. They pick up 1 on 3 hits, strand a man. Red Sox jump out ahead in this one. And if you are just coming on board, Gary Thorne, Steve Phillips, John Kruk, as we bring you Major League Baseball here on 2K Sports. Mark Teixeira is at the plate. Last time up, he launched one out of the park. Line drive. That's foul towards first. Pitch on the way. And he fouls another one off. Foul! A big swing and a miss for Mark Teixeira. Strike 3 and he's out.
But Gary, let's check out this changeup in K-Cam.
And here's Andrew Jones. Base hit his last time. Here's the first pitch. 0-1. Swinging and a miss, and he falls behind on the count 0-1. Here's the pitch. Strike 2, and Jones is going to have to be careful on the next one. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Jones gets struck out.
That makes 3 straight strikeouts. That deception and change of speed has him completely off balance.
It's going to be Herrera now. Bounced into a fielder's choices last time. And he starts him out. And he swings and hits this one foul. Oh! Here's the delivery. He sends this one in the air towards center. And that's out number 3. And so out of the inning, only 8 pitches thrown. That's pretty efficient. Boston maintaining their advantage. Now their center fielder at the plate. He'll lead off the bottom half of the 6th. And starts him out here. That swung on and flied to right. Catch is made. Well, they are losing in this ball game. Not sure what they think about the guy on the mound, but they got 2 up in the pen.
I don't know what the rush is to get him out of there. He still looks fresh. He's had some problems in the game, but I think he can regroup still.
Herrera is batting. Back up the middle. And in there for a base hit. He's 3 for 4 today. Certainly for Crawford playing in Boston, there's not a lot of leeway, especially with the expectations of what they were. He went so far as to apologize for his play in the course of the year because he wasn't what everyone thought he would be, John.
Yeah, I really think he's going to bounce back in 2012. He's too gifted an athlete not to come back and put up big numbers for the Red Sox. I mean, he put up the numbers to get the contract. I think he's eventually going to earn it for Boston.
Throws over to first. And the check by Teixeira watching that lead. The pitch. Ground ball by Rodriguez. And he gathers this one. And a double play. They got them both. Amazingly fast inning. Outs here coming quickly. 3 pitches. Boston 5. Yankees 4. And so Nick Swisher leading it off. 1 for 2 in the ballgame. First pitch to him. Starts him off with one at the knees for a strike.
I think right now when you're up by a run in the 7th inning, you've shortened the game. You've got the lead. You want to throw strike.
Swung on line to right center field. This one beyond him. It's going to be extra bases. He's thinking 3 here.
Well, this is the way you want to kick off an inning right here. He hits the ball right out of the box. He's thinking triple, and that's what he gets.
Here's a look at the teams that drummed up the extra base hits last year. Our State Farm leaderboard. Number 1, the Red Sox. 2nd, the Rangers. 3rd, the Yankees. 4th, the Jays. And for the Tigers, 5th.
Well, look for the ball to be rattled around in the gaps in this game. The balls are going to be hitting the wall. Extra base hits galore with these two teams. 2 of the best at it last year in the league.
There's a swing. Line drive. Center field. That's one away. Here comes the runner for the plate. And it's tied up. The tying run crosses the plate. Here's the pitch. That swung on line towards the gap in left center. In there, and this is going to be trouble. This one finds its way around, rolling all the way to the wall. He's heading for third. The throw, not even close to third base. He gets in there with time to spare.
Well, he shoots this one out towards the wall, and he's thinking triple all the way. No hesitation running the bases. He cuts them perfectly. And with 1 out, let's see how they're going to pitch to the next guy.
Going to be Clay Buchholz on the mound. He'll be the reliever for the Red Sox. This is swinging lined up the middle. That'll be a base hit and an RBI. He's going to try to stretch it. Take the risk, and sometimes it pays off, and it does there.
Well, I tell you what, it's a risk. There's no question about it. He got in safely, but I have to consider whether it's a risk worth taking.
Cleanup man in the box again. Steve, I think from a manager's perspective, he's got to be all smiles over there with this offense producing at this point of the game.
Well, they needed that one right there, Gary. That was a big at-bat. Now they have the lead. Now they're looking to add on to it, too. Take the pressure off the late inning pitcher.
Looks at a fastball in there, and it's quickly 0-2. Bullpen always happy to have as big a lead as they can get going into the late innings, but hey, at least they got themselves a lead.
No, you're right. Managers don't mind it too much either, but they want to keep piling on right here. They'll like it even more that way.
Able to set him down there, chalk that one up as a strikeout for him.
Oh, this is a biggie right here. A great matchup right now, Gary.
And a home run back in the 4th inning. Watches a fastball that's in there. 0-1.
It's important for that pitcher to get the first strike in there. Now he can go in a number of different directions.
And the pitch out. Nothing doing that time. He swings and nails a liner. And that one's put away to retire the side. They pick up 2-3 hits, strand a man. Yankees leading. In the box again, their left fielder. How's he attacking on the first delivery? Let's look here. Swinging a shot down the left field line. And that's going to be a base hit. Tying run is on.
Well, that's the start this team needed. Get that first guy in the inning up get him on base, and let's see if they can bring him around to score.
Now it's Kevin Youkilis.
And we got a bona fide base stealer at first base. The kind of
Swung on, line to right field. Just kind of lean in, Steve, and slap that thing the other way on that kind of pitch.
Well, you can't pull that pitch. If you do, it's going to be a ground ball to short. You want to punch it to right field. He's one of the best at doing it.
And Escobar settles in. He doubled and later scored in his last go-around.
They're going to have to keep close tabs on that runner at second base. The pitcher's going to have to make him stop in his...
Runs up to bunt, gets this one down. Herrera on the pickup. In time for the out.
Look where he placed that one right there. Take a look at it. Perfectly placed.
He is out at first, but the damage was done around the bases. Those runners now in position to score.
That's good situational baseball. Now, this is a high-pressure moment that Mariano Rivera's faced many times before.
Well, here's a swing and a liner to left center. That's in. The run should score. It'll tie it up. And that's in. They're able to tie it up. And he comes in to score, and they have snatched that lead. A couple of RBIs on that swing. Let's see what that does for their win expectancy graph. And the number 8 spot rolls around.
Well, it's not surprising they're going to the bullpen now. I just thought maybe they waited a little bit too long. Should have gone and gotten him a little bit earlier.
Up the middle. Oh, avoided the path of that ball. That was right up the middle. Was that ever? And there's the second out of double play. They pick up 2 runs, 3 base hits, and leave the bases empty. Red Sox jump out ahead in this one. For those of you just joining in, I'm Gary Thorne along with John Kruk and Steve Phillips. We bring you Major League Baseball. Swinging a drive, deep left center. And that's number 1.
Well, they followed the advanced scouting reports to a T. They played the outfielders back that time, and he hit it right into the teeth of the defense.
And Andrew Jones to bat.
Boy, you go back to 2010 with Clay Buchholz. What a breakout season for him. Big expectations in 2011, but injuries limited him only to 14 starts on the year.
Boy, tough for Buchholz, Steve. April, May, fine, then 3 starts in June, and then stress fracture, gone for the year.
Well, you have to wonder how he's going to get himself back on track again, because he's got to re-experience everything again. But he does have quality stuff and a belly full of guts.
And he fouls off another one.
Well, the way to extend it at bat is to
hit in the air to center field. And that is in there. The tying run is on base. State Farm, a look at the teams who recorded the most steals from last season. Rays number 1, the Royals in 2nd. In 3rd, the Yankees. Rangers 4th. And at number 5, it's the Angels.
Well, most teams have one guy who can steal bases. This team has a bunch of guys who can run. Last year, one of the top teams in the league at stealing bases. And you think, well, we got one base stealer out. Well, as soon as he gets out, here comes another. Seems like every time someone's on base, they have the ability.
Up the middle. And he's on. That's the go-ahead run. Runner around second. He's heading for 3rd.
Well, anytime you bring in a relief pitcher to come in a key situation, the last thing you want to do is for him to serve one up to the first hitter. That's exactly what he did, giving up that big base hit.
Now we've got Nick Swisher. Now a great chance. He's running. Strike one. And his throw. He is out. Great throw. He gets caught on that one. Boy, they didn't wait very long to go.
Well, he went on the first pitch, and he didn't catch anybody by surprise as they looked ready for it. Good pitch to throw. The catcher gets him out.
And they thought they had that pitcher read, and he was wrong. Now, Rookie of the Year, Andrew Bailey. 2 pitches to work with, 0-2.
Well, they're a strike away right now from getting out of this jam and holding on to the lead.
And that half inning finished with a strikeout. They pick up no runs on 2 hits and strand 1. Red Sox 7th, the Yankees 6th. Bottom part of the order will get their chance offensively. Mike Aviles to lead it off. He'll get another shot after hitting into that double play last time up. That's 1 down. And it rolls around to the top again. Had a couple of hits, 4 trips to the plate. Here's the first pitch. That one's drilled to short. Number 2. And a good throw gets him 2 down. 3 for 4 thus far. Here's the pitch. Swings and misses. The sinker, 0-1.
Can you say ground ball? That's what that sinker down to the zone is meant to do.
That's a strike, and it's 0-2. Contact time for Carl Crawford. Swing and a liner to right center. And it gets down. Hit after hit. They just keep on coming. He's got 4 today.
Well, he just continues to swing a hot bat in this one. Is that 4 hits for him now? Yes, it is.
It's going to be Rodriguez now. He hit into a double play as last time. And the first pitch. He sends this one in the air towards center. And that one's put away to retire the side. No runs on a hit, and they'll strand him.
Now you can feel the pressure in the moment here in the stadium right now. Brett Gardner's going to have to use that speed to his advantage.
It is the last inning. Pitcher staring in a very tight situation.
Gary, both these guys clearly recognize the magnitude of this situation. One swing of the bat ties it up. The pitcher's going to try to make his best pitch.
And we'll get to see Daisuke Matsuzaka pitching. Boston's bringing him in to close now. Hit on the ground towards second. Picked up by Escobar. In time for the out.
Went out here in the 9th inning, and obviously in a situation where you're looking for outs, and you can't allow somebody to score, but if you can get an out, do what you need to get it.
And Alex Rodriguez is at the plate and is 1 down. Last time up, he tripled and scored. Daisuke Matsuzaka, that's strike 2, and he's got some pitches to play with.
Well, you know, in this situation right here that the hitter's always going to look for a fastball. The pitcher was smart, though. He threw him that slider, got the hitter out in front to swing early.
He delivers. This one's grounded foul, wide of first.
Well, with the way we keep tracks of pitch counts right now, you know 0-2, the pitcher wants to put him away. The fact that he has to throw another pitch just tells you how defensive a swing the hitter had to keep it going.
Taps this one foul off to the left. Line shot into center field. And it's in there, the tying run on board.
Boy, after all that effort, seeing all those pitches, you had a good feeling that the hitter was at the advantage, and he was right there, finally getting that big hit.
Well, this is what you pay good money for to come to a ball game for a moment just like this.
Double homer run in his last at bat. And Matt Albers is the pitcher. Boston's bringing him in to close now. Little warm-up action going in the bullpen. That's a right-hander up and throwing.
Well, they're going to wait for the right-handed hitter on deck to get announced, and then they'll probably make the move to the pen. Well,
swung on and ripped towards second. And there's one. And that's 2. A double play.
Okay, well-played ball game today. The Boston Red Sox showed up to play and did what they needed to win this one.
Well, it's that time again. How about we take a look at our player of the game? Ryan Sweeney, an exceptional offensive effort in this game.
Well, you know, Gary, everyone thinks that the home run's the only way to drive and run, but not in this game today. This guy, every time he had runners in scoring position, he delivered for his team, and he cashed in when he got the chance in this one.
And, Steve, that ought to send these folks home happy.
Oh, no question about it. They get the win in a close game, a lot of excitement and enthusiasm, and ready